Well, well, well. Weekly energies 24 to the 30th. We have victory. We are in, it is said astrologically, to be the most powerful month of the year. And by golly, I don't know about anybody else, but I've been feeling the shift, the changes, and it's been interesting. But know right now there are things changing, releasing, ending, but there is victory at the end of whatever this is this week. You're going to see it. Or if you don't see it, know that it is all for a higher reason. I'll tell you the energies I've pulled already. End of a tough cycle approaches. We're in eclipse sandwich, if you like. So we had that full moon eclipse on the 14th of March in the sign of Virgo. Then we are about to finish this eclipse sandwich on the 30th, which is Saturday in the UK, in the sign of Aries. Now, Aries is a powerful new beginning. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Pisces before it is the last. So there's double endings right now in this eclipse energy. Eclipses come in with fate and destiny. We are not in control of what's going on right now. But know that there is victory and there's something that you have wished for at the end of this. Whether you're conscious of it or not, there's something that needs to be eclipsed from your world. These are you'll know what these are because these will have been building up, especially the last 2-3 weeks. There's some endings ready for a new beginning. Aries is the new beginning. Astrologically right now, we have a heavy Aries energy and a heavy Pisces energy. So again, Pisces is about dissolving, endings, the end of something. Then we have a lot of planets moving this week, some big ones, moving into the sign of Aries, which is all about self-identity, being the warrior, the spiritual warrior. You've healed some wounds about who you really are, and this is where the victory comes in. Because you've done it through heartache, grief, loss and sorrow. But you've gone to the higher expression of Aries, which is the masculine compassion. But standing your ground, knowing your worth and your value. The opposite sign of Aries is Libra, which is Venus. And Venus is currently in the sign of Aries. So she's going back over because she's in retrograde. And retrograde simply means going back from over the past. But dealing with things differently. Knowing her self-worth, her value. We have, right now, in Aries, the Sun, Venus, Mercury, Chiron, which is the wounded healer. It's not a planet, but it's a big astrological energy. All in the sign of Aries. And by Sunday, this week, we have Neptune, the planet of spirituality, whose cycle lasts for 14 years. So there's something you've undergone in the last 14 years to do with a higher consciousness, to do with a higher understanding, to do with spirituality, where you've needed to go through, but it's coming to a close. And now you're finding who you really are. You're standing into your spiritual warrior when it enters the sign of Aries on the 30th of March. And this is where the victory is coming in. Things that bothered you over the last 14 years, ain't going to bother you anymore. You've healed, you've released, you've cleansed. You're stepping into a new version of you. And while Neptune is in Aries for the next 14 years, you are going to grow, you are going to develop, and you are going to evolve in a higher version of you, of who you really are. You're going to get to know who you really are. Okay, guys, so that was coming through. So victory, yes, we have blossom in abundance. Beautiful. This is almost like, because Saturn's still in Pisces, Saturn's actually going to shift, I think it's June time, into the sign of Aries also. Saturn teaches us the harsh lessons, and we've had to learn some harsh lessons to develop our higher understanding in Pisces. And this is where the rewards come in, when you've been taught lessons by Saturn, but then he rewards. So Saturn's then going to go into Aries. So then he's going to teach us about our self-identity. April. More about that later. We're still dealing with this ending of Pisces, dissolving, endings, old cycles, then moving into a brand new chapter. Daughter Romance came out for this week, 33. So 3s are going to be significant. Now 3s are about creativity. You put 2 people together, they create a third. It's creation. It's a positive and a negative energy coming together to create something. Now it's got a heart in a cage, and it's got the root chakra here energy, which is red. So for me, this is Venus energy, which is the heart in retrograde. And it's also the red root chakra, which is Mars, the masculine fire, the drive. And this is where it's teaching you to break free from some old self-limiting beliefs to do with self-love, how you are loved, how you receive love, how you show up in relationships. This is where the doors are opening to a new version of you to do with your love for self, love for others. And then we have the woman holding a coin. Very Venusian, because Venus rules money, which then on an energetic vibration comes down to value, self-value. So this is, again, nodding to that Venus, standing in your power this week, knowing your value. And this is where you're taking action. And the card behind this is strategy, which is number 3. So again, there's a new strategy where you are leaving the darkness behind. It takes too much energy. It takes too much time, effort to stay in the darkness. You are now ready to step into the light and move forward, especially with this being the end of that eclipse energy. Now, eclipses can last up to 3 to 6 months. But when we're in a portal, as we are now, going from that full moon in Virgo on the 14th to 2 weeks later to the new moon on the 30th, that's what we call the eclipse sandwich. So this is where the biggest changes are, I feel. And then the rest is just tidying up for the next 3 to 6 months. So we're ending now. Adjustments are required, most certainly. Prosperity lies ahead, wanted to be seen. Taurus energy ruled by Venus. Again, a big nod to rewards. Believing in the impossible for your hard work. So I'm going to go into the individual days and see what they hold for us. So please feel free to come back to this reading throughout the week. Here we go. The South Node and the North Node are connected to Fate and Destiny, which is connected to the eclipse energy. And this is saying, don't let the past hold you back. This is South Node energy in Virgo. That Virgo being of service to your own detriment, where people, places and things have been taking your time. They'll have been coming up. Virgo also rules health. It also rules hospitals, pets. Things that have been coming up because we're also in a Mercury retrograde. Lots of energy coming up to review the past, to let it go, to slow you down, to review, rethink, release, readjust. Now, all this week from the 24th to the 30th, we're in a phase of the moon called the waning crescent, which is about letting go. It's introspective, going within, ready for that new moon, that new start. And it just so happens we have that new start at the end of the working week, which is the Sunday the 30th. As we end out March, it's going to end out with a bang. It doesn't have to be negative. Remember, you've done the hard work. This is the adjustments that are needing. The eclipses come in to eclipse things, ready or not, from your world that no longer serving you. A win-win outcome is forecast. He's Libra energy again. This Venus retrograde is really associated with this week's energy, I feel. So relationships are going to be coming up. And remember, the biggest relationship we have, or the most important, is the one we have with ourselves. Now look what's next. Expect powerful change. New moon eclipse. Wow. Let's get into the energy, guys, because I could just sit here and talk all day. Aries. A fiery climax approaches. Now remember, guys, Aries is the war god. As I've mentioned, we're stepping into a heavy Aries energy. But for those that have done the work, for those that have paid attention and done the introspective work, you're not going to react because you know who you are. Aries is self-identity. You've healed some old wounds. It's up to other people if they haven't, but you are going to react differently this week. And I like that energy. Let's get into the individual days now, guys. I'm going to use my Moonology deck and clarify with a tarot card. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It does help me get noticed on YouTube and for other people to see these energies. And comment, share, like. Please feel free. What do we have? Monday the 24th. Hold your vision. This is a fixed moon. Now, we have the moon in Capricorn/Aquarius on Monday, so you're going to feel a shift. Capricorn is very serious, very disciplined. It's been in Capricorn all weekend, so you might have noticed at the weekend where you wanted to get things done. You were quite disciplined. You were maybe opting to get work, jobs done that you've been putting off. Again, Capricorn is that disciplined hard worker. So it might have been a bit of a chore weekend, things tying up things that needed to be done rather than going out and having fun. This is saying hold your vision on Monday because it then shifts into Aquarius. Aquarius is the mind. It is the black sheep. It is being okay, being different. It's setting you free from something. So it's a fixed energy, but it's quite stubborn. It's saying to you, don't despair on Monday. There's something coming in, but you've got to focus on what it is you are moving into, not what is falling away. What do we have for Tuesday? Step out of your comfort zone, the North Node. Again, linked to the eclipse. This is North Node in Pisces. Again, I've mentioned Pisces earlier in the reading. Pisces is dissolving. We have a lot of planets in Pisces, ending out and dissolving big cycles. It's time for you to step out your comfort zone. Ready or not, you are not in charge of this. So the universe takes over with the eclipse energy. What do we have for Wednesday? 26th. Now, on this day, we have the moon in Aquarius. Then it's going to shift into Pisces. So this is going to be a strong spiritual energy. You may need to find some solitude on Wednesday and sit with your energy. It's introspection, remember, all week. We're letting go. Ready for the new moon. But also on Wednesday, Venus moves back into Pisces because she's in retrograde. She's gone back over and she's revisiting things, probably from about a month or so ago. Venus in Pisces is very dreamy. She's more compassionate with her heart, so she might be going introspection and thinking about things, people, places, and being more softer with herself, but also softer with others. So you're less reactive because Venus is no longer in Aries, which can be the war god, which can speak first, think later energy. It might be that you might have spoke about how you show up in relationships, and you might be going back over and thinking, okay, I understand how I played a part in that. I understand how my wounds might have got involved in that relationship, whether that's relationship to money, beauty, your body, work, family, relationship with yourself. You're being a little bit more compassionate with yourself and others on Wednesday. And this is saying your hard work is paying off, Capricorn energy. So for those that have put the work in, because this is where Capricorn is, it's the hard worker, it's the discipline. It is paying off, guys. And Wednesday you might see results, even if it's saying to yourself, well done. Thursday the 27th. Now, emotions are running high and there's another shift in the cosmos. We have Black Moon Lilith, which is not a planet, but it's a point in the sky. It shifts from a 9-month cycle from Libra, which is about relationships, and we've all been undergoing big relationship dynamics, and with Venus in retrograde, that's still ongoing. But this is almost as saying she's come to the end now, and you've needed to see what you've needed to see in regards to relationships, and she's shifting into Scorpio. Scorpio is the psychology of the zodiac, and it goes deep. It's the lord of the underworld, so it goes into our shadow and it looks and it searches for some kind of understanding for what's been going on. Again, you might need to release some fears when Black Moon Lilith shifts into Scorpio on Thursday. I always feel the most powerful time of any shift is right at the beginning and right at the very end. So it's right at the 0 point. Remember, there's 30 degrees in every cycle throughout that zodiacal wheel. 360 degrees divided by 12, which is the 12 zodiac signs, is 30. So when a sign goes through, when any planet goes through the zodiacal wheel, it goes through degrees. 0 is powerful, and so is 29 degrees. You'll have heard astrologers talking about this, guys. And we're at big degree points right now. So this is why things are shifting pretty quickly and unexpectedly for some. And in eclipse season, expect the unexpected. So emotions are running high on Thursday. So just be gentle with yourself. Again, you might need some solitude because the moon's still in Pisces. Again, we were introspection. We're letting go. Then we go to Friday. Friday the 28th. Luck is on your side. Beautiful. Now, this is Sagittarius energy. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of good luck, good fortune. So you're going to feel something. Even if you're not seeing it, you're going to feel, especially if you trust in your spirituality, especially if you trust in your intuition, because that's where the moon is right now. And you're going to feel that whatever's going on, you're exactly where you need to be. And trust that luck is on your side on Friday, the 28th. Saturday, the 29th. This is the eclipse energy. Wow. What do you need to release? Because the eclipse is coming in and eclipsing it for you. This is a fear-based energy. The eclipses are coming in. Now remember where the eclipse is. It's in Aries, the war god. Aries is fearless. It treads where nobody else dare to tread. And it's taken on board this, right, this is not working, I'm moving forward. But remember, the ones that have done the healing, the releasing, it's a more mature energy. You might not see other people being mature around you. So there might be something, people, places, things that you are needing to release. But with this moon on Saturday, this is what's being highlighted. Sunday, to end the week, to end the month, I know we've got another day, but to end out March, the biggest astrological month of the year, there's a big planet moving, Neptune. Neptune is our spirituality. Neptune is our higher consciousness. But also Neptune is about illusions. Let's see what's the energy for Sunday. Your dreams need a practical plan, yeah. So this is saying to me, you've got to get practical now. What are you dreaming about? Remember to step into your self-identity. We're in a brand new cycle of Aries. I need to be fearless. I need to be bold. Now it's saying, is there anything that you are negatively attached to that's holding you back from your dreams? This is where you need some practical steps now. And this is where it's going to help you on Sunday. Okay, what's at the bottom of the deck? Conclusions are within reach. So whatever came up with that full moon eclipse, because this says full moon eclipse, conclusions are within reach. It's time to release negativity, Scorpio energy, and you are very close to achieving your goals. Brilliant. Okay, guys, let's bring in the tarot. Let's bring in the tarot to clarify the days. Let's see what we have. So we're going to go to Monday, which was Hold Your Vision. Remember, a fixed energy. Fixed energy. What do we have for Monday? Monday we have the Queen of Pentacles. Very Virgonian. Queen of Pentacles. We have this woman sat on a throne. It's a feminine. Open to receive. On Monday, you might be looking at blocks where you have struggled to be open to receive the finer things in life. And you might also understand where you might have been stuck in some kind of old patterns, habits about your body, about your daily habits. This can be Virgo energy, about our daily duties. And some of you might think, I'm never going to achieve something because I'm so bogged down with this responsibility, that responsibility. And this is saying, hold your vision. Things are getting eclipsed, remember, this week. And conclusions are within reach. hold your vision. And if it's health related, guys, which can represent physical elements of our body, hold your vision. You are in control of your body. If there's some adjustments needed, if there's some kind of exercise program, new nutrition, more nutritional energy, trust that it's going to come in. The answers are coming in, remember. Release the negativity of you're not worthy of health, happiness, whatever it might be, time. Then on Tuesday, step out your comfort zone, North Node. What do we have? We have the Empress. Beautiful. This is Venus energy. Step out your comfort zone, North Node on Tuesday. This is where you've got to think outside the box. Again, you're going to have to transform your mind into more of an abundant, I'm worthy, I can create anything, open to receive love, joy, happiness. Because this is what the Empress is all about, birthing anew. Remember, that's where Aries is on Tuesday, till she moves tomorrow back into Pisces. So she's at a critical degree in Aries right now. And Aries energy is that fearless. Step out your comfort zone. Know that you're worthy. Move in the direction of your dreams on Tuesday. Wednesday, what do we have? Your hard work is paying off. What tarot goes with that? Wow, Virgo energy. You can see how this full moon in Virgo on the 14th is playing out, which it makes sense because we're in that Virgo Aries axis right now where the eclipses are. But this is saying hard work. It's been tiring. You've had challenges, your time, you've had to juggle so many things, places, people, responsibilities. But it's asking you to focus, make sure you are being the first thing that you think about. Because that's that Venusian Empress energy. You are worthy. Fill your own cup first, guys. And then you've got enough to give others. Put the boundaries in. This is where the hard work is paying off, but only if you've got the energy to do so. And that's all about self-love. And then we have Thursday. And this is where the Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio and Pisces are both in that watery, fear-based energy. This is where we're looking deep on Thursday. What tarot goes with that? Seven of Swords. Wow. Now, I did mention Black Moon Lilith being in the sign of Scorpio now. So it's the 0 point now in the start of her journey through Scorpio. And Scorpio is the private investigator. It will look for things. It will look to the depth of its soul. If you work with a Scorpio and you give it an issue, a problem, it will find it because it's a fixed energy and it won't settle until it gets to the bottom of something. And this is like, for some of you, I'm getting that there's some kind of intuitive nudge that you've had for a long time about somebody that might have been sneaky, backstabbing, not being truthful. That might come out. Or on the opposite end of this, you might know that somebody's not telling the truth, that have been not to your highest, best good, and you can sense this. But you haven't got the external backup. You've just got a feeling. Trust it. Trust it on this day. Why? Because the moon's in Pisces, and that's our spirituality. Well, let's go to Friday. When luck is on our side, thank the Lordy. Friday 28th, moon's still in Pisces, so we're very spiritual still. And we may need some solitude, but let's see what luck's on our side. Wow, look at that High Priestess, which is the moon, which is Pisces energy. You're trusting yourself. And this is where the luck is. Outside might not showing this, outside influences, people in your ear, messages, external noise. But you have a knowing. You have a knowing on Friday. And you feel lucky to have that knowing. And you trust that everything's going to be A-OK. Saturday, we have what do you need to release with this Aries new moon eclipse. Let's have a look, guys. We have the Page of Pentacles. There's a brand new chapter coming in. I'm going to pull 2 cards. Look at this. You've manifested something. You've manifested a new version of you, so you can't be doing with the old distractions, the old noise, the old drama, the old scenarios that might have been playing out. This kind of energy, you are focused on the future because you can't be doing with the distraction anymore. You know it's a low vibration, and it's that energy of just let them be. They're on their journey, I'm on mine. I know what I'm manifesting. I know what I'm releasing, and this could literally be people, places and things that you are needing to release on Saturday because you are manifesting something better. You're at the beginning of something. This is the magician Mercury. You've manifested something. And you know, you can see, you can feel who's going to come with you on this new chapter and who isn't. You know. Sunday. This is where Neptune's going into into Aries. So again, you're going to feel that shift from Pisces, that watery Pisces, dissolving, endings. But know that everything is coming into place. And it could be that there's practical things coming in to end. But I want you to trust that your dream is about to be manifested. So things need to come in. Eclipse energy comes in to shift things out the way. What do we have with that? Yeah, because there's the Fool. There's 0 point. There's that brand new beginning. So where anything that's happening in your world, practical, touchy-feely, things coming in to do with jobs, money, people, anything practical, it's because it's aligning you to a brand new beginning. Take the leap of faith on Sunday. Another card for that because I'm excited, yeah. Celebration. Well done. Well done, guys. This is the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is Moon in Cancer, and it could even relate to home, children, family. There might be a maternal mother wound that you're healing at this time, and it could be something that's caused a lot of conflict. But you've done it. You've done it with this eclipse energy. One final message. Where do I want to be? One final card. Let me have a look. What have I got with me? Let me just pull a energy oracle card. Final messages for the week of 24th to the 30th. What do we have? You know your value. You know your value. Look at this red. Deceit. Storm warning. Daughter spirit. Whatever comes in this week, guys, you're at the end of a storm. It's up to you whether you're going to get involved in it or not. My nose is itchy. Trust your intuition. There's the Dove of Peace. This is also saying set yourself free with compassion. Other people might not be able to forgive and forget, but this is saying forgive yourself from a situation. You don't have to forgive the people that did you wrong because we've got deceit here. But this is saying set yourself free from something. Go into your higher wisdom, and that is what's going to open up, because you haven't got time now for the distractions, for the low vibrations that deceit carries with it, because deceit carries an energy, resentment, anger, jealousy. You want to set yourself free from that this week, guys, because we have the Angel of Balance and we have the Magician. Again, Mercury, the mind, power. You hold the power to transform one energy into another, guys. Have a brilliant week, and I'll speak with you soon.